My name's David Masters. I am a Commercial Waste Enforcement Officer in the Commercial Waste team. I began my local government career at the GLC in 1980 and I started at Tower Hamlets Council in October 1988. The thing I enjoy most about the job is the diversity of the borough that I work in. I also like the job because I'm a Tower Hamlets boy, born in Tower Hamlets. I've always had an association with Tower Hamlets. I've worked here, either worked here, gone to school or lived here all my life. Always got an association with the borough. And it's so diverse, not only its population but its wealth as well. So I can be out and about in Wapping, working at the Tower of London, perhaps giving them advice on their waste collection arrangements and doing inspections around the tower, and then 5 minutes later I'll be in Stepney, in one of the most deprived areas of the borough, dealing with a completely different clientele. So it's always a challenge to be able to work with people on different levels and provide a service that meets the needs of those people. The bit I like the most about my job is the detective part of it. I need to get down and go through bags of waste, which isn't everyone's cup of tea, can be quite unpleasant. People are always trying to avoid being detected, so I need to be very astute and get in there and find the evidence. And then the investigation starts, trying to find out who put the waste there, who they are, where they are, and have I got enough evidence to take this forward. Other things are just giving people advice on the street. People come up and say, what do? I don't know where to put my waste. Giving advice, education, guidance, constantly trying to educate people to change their hearts and minds and get them to store and dispose of their waste safely and legally. The main purpose of my job, I see, the reason I'm here is to improve the quality of life for people that live and work in the borough. To improve their life through my work, and to see the results gives me incredible satisfaction. Sometimes it takes a lot of hard work just to get a little bit of progress. Sometimes I'll go out and I'll achieve results very quickly, which is very nice. But it's not just achieving the results, it's keeping the standard up, which is the difficult thing. One of the biggest challenges we face is the austerity measures imposed by the government. There's less money around to provide services, so we're constantly having to adapt and change and do more for less. That means finding ways of improving the service, maybe through improved IT, working practices and policies, to go out on the street and provide the same level of service and improve it with less money. The borough is becoming more populated. There's building work all over the place, has been for years. In fact, they say about 30% of London's building is taking place in Tower Hamlets. Seems to be true when you drive around the borough. So what that means is that there's more waste being produced, more litter being produced on the street. Waste is coming out of properties that are unsuitable for use. Too many people living in one property. Even the businesses that are occupying the borough now are overgrowing or outgrowing their premises, which means there's no proper storage facility for waste. Waste comes out on the street every single day. That's a major challenge to deal with that and find solutions. And we get a perception that the borough is not clean and the waste isn't being collected. We know for a fact, we go through the waste, we put our tape on it, and we're out there very regularly every day, and we know that waste is being moved. But it's just waste, constant stream of waste coming out that we need to deal with. These are not problems that can be solved overnight. They're quite complex. They need many visits, a lot of education, guidance to change the people's attitudes. We can get rubbish picked up, it'll be back again the next day. We need to stop the waste coming out. That's the difficult thing. Anyone can issue a fixed penalty notice, but to change people's minds and attitudes and get them to do the right thing is the difficult part, and that takes a lot of time and effort. I also believe the council streets are its shop window. People perceive a good council if they see a clean street. If the street's dirty, it's not a good council. It's just judging a book by its cover. But I think that's right. And if you drive through a street and anywhere you go and you see that it's dirty and filthy, you do have this perception that maybe the whole borough is not up to much. So I think a clean street really does create a very good impression for people. And I think it's absolutely vital that we continue to keep them as clean as we can. In the last financial year alone, nearly 15,000 waste investigations were carried out by the team that I'm in. That resulted in nearly 1,600 fixed penalty notices against businesses and residents for improper disposal of waste and storage of waste. That's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We need really more inspections to get the number of bags being dumped out reduced, the amount of legal waste, fly tips being deposited reduced. Waste going down to landfill. The council gets taxed heavily if it goes over a certain percentage of waste. Who's paying for that waste to be taken down there? All it is the residents of the borough are paying for it out of the council tax. They have to subsidise businesses that don't want to play the game, dump their waste on the street and don't want to pay for it or have the proper paperwork in place. So it's just the residents of the borough that are suffering and subsidising it. Doesn't seem fair to me. That's one of the challenges we have, and that's one of the reasons I like getting out there and trying to reduce the amount of illegal waste out there. I believe we serve the public. We're here to serve those people.